This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Shalom Aleichem. We are headed now to Ir Ve'em B'Yisrael. What Polish Jew does not recognize the following name? Sochatchov. Sochatchov was recognized far beyond its borders. Even though there were hundreds of towns throughout Poland, but there was something unique about Sochatchov. The court, the Chatzirim of the Rebbes certainly contributed. The Rebbes being the Avnei Nezer, Rabbi Avram Bornstein, his son, Rav Shmuel Bornstein. But traditionally, historically, Sochatchov always had success with its Rabbanim. Even though it was a small town, they had Rabbanim like Hagoin, Rav Moshe. Rav Moshe was the brother of the Shach. They had the great Rav Meir Ashkenazi, the author of the Panameiros. The Goin, Reb Leibish Charif, Halpern. The Yid HaKadosh was in Sochatchov, and it's assumed that Rabbunim Parshischa also came to Sochatchov to learn with the Yid HaKadosh. One of the reasons why Sochatchov was so successful in its flourishing spiritually is that it allowed its Rabbanim to conduct a yeshiva in Sochatchov, and the whole city participated in supporting the Bachrim of the yeshiva. So it became the culture of the city to support Torah, to establish Torah, and this was a unique custom where the Rabbanim of the city were allowed to conduct the yeshiva and the whole city participated. But when Rabbi Avremel is Rabbi Avram Bornstein, when he came to Sochatchov, he infused a force of attraction. All the sharp minds throughout Poland are attracted to Sochatchov. What was special about Rabbi Avremel? Rabbi Avram Bornstein was the son-in-law of the Kotzker. Kotsk Chassidus is a unique Chassidus. It minimized, it trivialized the costume, the externalities. In Kotsk, it was always about search for truth, adherence to truth, self-introspection, not fooling oneself. It was sort of a Chassidus like the Musar movement. It was a very rare form of Chassidus, a very grueling and demanding form of Chassidus. And then Rabbi Avram's method of learning, where Rav Avram took the sharpness and the scholarship of Rabbi Meir, the Chidushei Harim, and the Avnei Nezer was able to combine the Musar, the search for truth of Kotsk, and the analysis of Ger, and this produced a combination of unique Chassidus mixed with Limud HaTorah. It was one of the most vibrant, alive, and elevating forms of Avodas Hashem, the combination of Torah and Chassidus that was in Sochatchov. The greatest minds throughout Poland came to Sochatchov. For example, Rabbi Yoav Yeshua, the Chelkas Yoav, the Kinskarav. Rabbi Yosef Engel came to learn from the Avnei Nezer of Sochatchov. Rabbi Yitzchak Feigenbaum, the Av Bezdin of Varsha. Even Litvaks came to Sochatchov to learn from the Avnei Nezer. They, so to speak, put aside the fact that he was Chassidush. They were forced to acknowledge that he was the greatest of all the Gaonim. And what's interesting is, in the same way Rabbi Yitzchak Elchanan of Kovna became the acclaimed Paisek in the Lithuanian world, so too the Avnei Nezer became the Paisek in Poland. So this is a little bit of the background of Sochatchov, but it became almost a brand. So traditionally, if you went to a Rebbe, the Rebbe would spend time with you, hear you out, talk to you. The Avnei Nezer was very swift with those who sought his advice. He says every minute that it takes away from his learning is something he can't give up. So he established a Hasidic court, but it was really geared for loimdim and those who were very knowledgeable in Torah. However, if a chassid came and the chassid, so to speak, felt like he wasn't valued enough because he did not excel in limud Torah, the Avnei Nezer said, look, don't feel bad, don't be hurt. He would say that if you conduct yourself honorably and honestly, it's like you're learned. This was the supreme value in Sochatchov. It was a strive for truth, both in personal conduct and in limud Torah, and it was the envy of all of Poland. So they began to establish Sochatchov Shtiblach throughout Poland. People didn't even know anything about Sochatchov. All they knew was, if you want honesty in conduct, honesty in discipline, honesty in learning, then you needed to establish a Sochatchov style shtibel. So, for example, if you were looking for a son-in-law, or you had a mischievous son and he needed a friend, or you needed a rebbe, the best place to search was always in the Sochatchov shtibel, to have some kind of flavor and taste of the style of learning and discipline that they conducted themselves in Sochatchov. By the way, we mentioned the yeshiva in Sochatchov, but in the end of Rabbi Avramel's life, he was very ill. We're going to see he had very weak lungs. He had a very terrible cough. But when Rabbi Avram's son, the Shem Yishmael, took over, and especially when he employed Rabbi Aryeh Tzvi Frommer, the Kuzhaglover Goin, the yeshiva in Sochatchov became one of the most popular yeshivas in Poland. Sochatchov and Sochatchov life was really destroyed in World War I, and at that point, Reb Shmuel, the Shem Shmuel, moved the court to Lodz and later to Zagiars, but they always called it Sochatchov. Doesn't matter where they went, they could have been in any city in Poland. It always retained the trademark name and the branding of Sochatchov. After Reb Shmuel passed away, Reb Davidel, the oldest son of Reb Shmuel, became the Rebbe, and he was in different cities. First he was in Visegrad, and later in Atwak. But wherever this Chassidus moved, it always maintained the name Sochatchov, which was synonymous and reflected the unique combination innovated by the Avnei Nezer, Rabbi Avram Barnstein, who combined the rigorous self-discipline of Kutsk and his brilliant Talmudic analysis, and this became one of the most vibrant brands of Chassidus in all of Poland. It's Chassidus Sochatchov. We're going to go to the Makom Menucha of the Avnei Nezer and the Shem Shmuel shortly.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.